Hi, my name is Danielle, this is Braille Rose Booktube and welcome to my virtual library. As you can hear, I've got some awesome library sound effects going on to create the vibe. Haven't videoed for a long time because I have been busy with university, and the situation with that is that because of the coronavirus I haven't really had the chance to actually go to uni, because I went to uni and started again in September and realised that universities are very dangerous right now for COVID cases rising, and being in a big city just unfortunately wasn't right for me. Even though it's my dream city, I wasn't fitting in comfortably with the situation, with the risks and the possibilities of being not allowed to leave home, to come back home and see family, and how, without a support network it wasn't really possible. So I haven't been reading a great deal with all the stress of the world right now, and I also haven't been, mainly I've been reading but I haven't been finishing books, but I have been reading, and now I'm home with my family in Devon. I'm definitely getting through some more books. However, I only finished I think 3 books in October, so in September I think I've read like 1 and a bit books, which is really bad. In October I'm going to wrap up my books for October, and from now on I'm going to probably do a book review and monthly wrap-ups, because I now have an iPad, and my issue before was that I'm visually impaired, so for me I couldn't really see or tell when I was in frame. Now I have an iPad, the small amount of vision that I have got, I can see better on the screen. I can see my own outline, so I can tell that my face right now is in the camera, and I can vaguely tell that my hand is waving at you, although I can't really see my hand on the screen, but I'm vaguely aware that my body is moving in the frame. So that just explains things up to now. I also have my phone, so now that I have 2 devices I can show you the covers, so it's really like a normal book video when people normally hold up the books. I can hold up the covers, which is not something I've been able to do before. So in October I finished 3 books, and I'm halfway through another one. Obviously I want to finish more in November. The first book I finished is, I believe, a Kindle one, and I actually have a few stories left to finish on that one. If I can actually find my Kindle app. For some reason I decided to close it, which is not very helpful in this situation. So the first one I finished, Kindle, where are you, is, too many apps here going on. Where is it? I still cannot find it. Also, my phone just got updated, so okay, I'm being told about App Library. I don't need that, it's not helpful. Obviously I can search for one. Somehow my phone updated itself and now it's giving me random options I don't really know I had, but okay. So we're all the Kindle. Yeah, because most of my books I buy on iBooks, but some of them I buy on Kindle if they're not available on iBooks. Okay, Kindle, hooray. So the first book I finished this month is this one. It's Beyond the Woods. I actually have got a couple of stories finished left in this one, but I finished it and there were some stories I skimmed over because I wasn't so keen on the look of them. However, I did do quite well with this one. All I want to do is show you the cover. So this is it. This is Beyond the Woods. I don't know how well you can see that. Beyond the Woods, and it is by, or written by, not written, what's it called, like edited by Paula Gurran. This is a book of fairy tales, and not just fairy tales, but dark, twisted fairy tales. So Beyond the Woods, you have like some of the original fairy tales. So we had like Snow White from the Queen's perspective. We had Hansel and Gretel, but with a DI detective thrown in. We had some traditional mythology stories. So, for example, we had Vasilisa the Beautiful, but retold. So, Russian mythology. We had Korean, Chinese mythology and Korean mythology. We had a Jamaican story based on Bluebeard, which I loved. There were diverse characters. There was a couple of LGBT characters. There were some stories based on Selkies and all kinds of myths, which I really, really loved. The one criticism is that it's a very, very big book, and there were some stories in there that they were like, this isn't quite based off of anything, but it looks fairy tale-esque, and it's like, well, this is meant to be retellings. I mean, some of them I really liked, but a couple of others I kind of thought, this doesn't quite fit with me. This isn't fairy tale enough for me. And because it was quite a big book and it was like 30 stories, if 5 were taken out, it would have been so much easier to get through. But I really did enjoy it, and I gave that 5 stars. And I want to read more like that another time, because I wanted to read something fairy tale based. So the last thing I read on my library, on my Apple library, so after reading that, I finished I finished a couple of audiobooks actually, so maybe I finished more than I thought I did. I finished the audiobook for Stargirl by Jerry Spinelli. I can't show you the cover because it would start playing, the book would start playing. I might be able to actually. It's going to start playing. Stop. Okay. Stargirl, probably most people have heard of Stargirl. This book follows Leo and him at school with this new girl arrives. She's quite quirky. She starts singing happy birthday to everybody. She starts, starts doing all kinds of things. She cheers on the opposite team. She does all kinds of things that she shouldn't be doing, or not shouldn't be doing, but people judge her for. And it's how she goes popular, then she goes not popular, and it's just really about her. And I really enjoyed that one. I think, it was very good. It's written, I think, in 2001 or 2, so I think it possibly might be ever so slightly outdated, but I think the concept is not outdated at all. And I really enjoyed it. And the audiobook, the person who read the book was very good at reading it with the very philosophical type of looking at the situation. I think they did very good at expressing that. Then I read. So my current audiobook is The House of the Cerulean Sea, which I know a lot of people are talking about, based on this guy going to a magical orphanage to keep an eye on the kids who've got very strong powers. And he had to get out of his normal existence, and it's very, very good. It's also LGBT, and I'm not at the beginning, but I'm not at the end. I think I'm a bit through it, but maybe. Oh, it only says 0% finished. Why, I don't know, but it is more than that. Then, okay, so I was in a bit of a reading slump because this book, the Beyond the Woods, was a very good book, but it was very long, and I was going through a lot at the time, and I started it in mid-September. Mid-September. So I was a bit like, oh, gosh, all I'm doing is reading fairy tales, and it's just taking me forever. And some of them aren't good, some of them are great, and I'm just keeps like going through. And I got to the end of it, and I was just like, oh, I need something I can really enjoy. I just watched the series for Us, which is actually, my mum told me about the series. It's on BBC iPlayer. Okay, is the title the cover? I assume it is. Yes. So I watched the series. My mum told me to watch it because she started it. In the end, I watched it quicker than she did, and I really loved it. So I picked up the book because I knew I liked the series. The title is here. It's Us by David Nichols. This follows a man called Douglas, whose wife wakes up in the night one time and just says, "Douglas, I think our marriage is over." And he's like, "Huh? I thought we were doing great together. I really thought we were having a good time. I wanted to grow old with you." And she's like, "Oh no, but I'm trapped." And they have a teenage son about to go to uni to do art, and they go, "Okay, we're meant to go on this big holiday across Europe. We're still going to go anyway because, you know, for him, for the kid, for Albie the kid, and to kind of have one last summer before it all goes different." And in the story, Albie, the son, decides to go a bit rogue and does his own thing, wanders off across Europe, as he do. And Douglas's dad was like, feel bad that things aren't great between us and I want to go and fix it all. So he runs around Europe trying to fix his family, which is quite... It's funny, it's emotional. If you like European stuff like I do, I'm learning quite a lot of European languages, so if you like that kind of thing, then please read this. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 5 stars without a doubt. And then the last book I finished, I started reading How to Stop Time by Matt Haig, because that's what I'm reading for my book group, but I don't really know what that's about yet. I mean, I do, but it's kind of early days with that one. It's about a guy who goes travelling. Basically, he's like immortal or something. I can't quite describe it. It's quite complicated, but like he's like 400 years old. He ages like a year. Every like 15 years he ages like a year, and he kind of just goes all over the place because he can sort of travel around and jump centuries and jump locations and stuff, and it's quite cool. But the book I'm currently reading, which I'm really enjoying, but it's very long, is A Fine Balance by Rohinton Mystery. Title page. Is this a huge picture? I don't think it is. A Fine Balance by Rohinton Mystery. And this is a modern classic. We have 4 people, so 2 tailors who are an uncle and a nephew. We have a widow, Tina, and we have a young student, all kind of living and working in this one, like, I think it's Mumbai apartment together. It's a modern classic. It was written in, I think, 1995 or something, but republished in 2001. So not much older than me by a couple of years. 23, so a few years older than me. And it's quite a chunky book, and I will do a book review soon, so I don't want to say too much about that. But it's a chunker. It's very good, but maybe it goes back in time a bit too much for my liking. But I'm really enjoying that. So this is my reintroduction back to YouTube. I really hope you have enjoyed watching me ramble about books. I'll be back soon with a book review, and I think I will do book reviews from now on, although I might do some other topics or discussions or anything else I can think of to post here. But hopefully when I finish A Fine Balance, I will put that on a book review, and there we will have it. So thank you for watching this, and see you in the next video.